Before we begin today's video, we here at Ryan's Ohana want to send out our condolences to our friends. They recently lost their father-in-law to after a battle of colon cancer. This man was a great man. He loved to work out. He loved his grandchildren. He loved his kids, and he was just such an overall great man. He hit the gym every day, and he just loved his family. So we want to send our condolences to our friends. And Muscle Man, see you on the other side. Summer upon us, and everybody heading to Disney World this summer. And we know that it is hot in Disney World right now. But we wanted to talk about today the rides. What rides should you ride when you go to Disney World? I mean, everybody has their favorite rides when they walk into the Magic Kingdom, when they walk into Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and Epcot, of course. But what rides are your favorite? Here in Ryan's Ohana, we have our favorite rides, and we're about to go over some of our favorite rides in this video. So let's get into it. First up on our list is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, or Tower of Terror for short. It is in Disney World's Hollywood Studios, right there on Hollywood Boulevard. Its opening date was December 22nd, 2007, so of course that was 15 years ago. It is a drop tower dark ride haunted attraction. So basically you get on this elevator into the haunted Tower of Terror, and you are transported back in time to see what it was like at that time. And you got to enter if you dare to ride the elevator. So when you go in, the theme of this ride is back in the Twilight Zone. I don't know if you've ever seen the Twilight Zone as the show, but it takes you back into the Twilight Zone, and it is so amazing. The queue and the pre-show is just so amazing, because once you're in the lobby, guests are ushered into the hotel library, which houses the hotel's collection of books and antiques. With a crash of thunder and lightning, the power in the library goes out, except for the television, which comes to life, and it brings you to the Tower of Terror, hosted by Rod Serling. And it depicts what happened on that stormy night back in Hollywood in 1939. And then when you get on the ride, after guests are loaded into the elevators, the doors close, the lights dim, and the elevator starts to ascend. Serling's voice greets passengers to a most uncommon elevator experience they're about to have. The elevators stop, the doors open, and reveal a dimly lit hotel corridor with a single window at the end of it. And then, of course, the elevators are going to close back up again, and you are going to ascend once more to the top of the tower, where you enter the fifth dimension. And the tower then opens the doors again, and then you are dropped in a couple of sequences at the top speed of 39 miles per hour. It is a really exhilarating ride. It's so amazing. We love it here at Ryan's Ohana. This is a must ride when we go. Every single time we go, we have to ride this ride. I suggest you ride it too. It's so amazing, so fantastic. That's why it is one of our favorite rides at Hollywood Studios in Disney World. Just the drops, so amazing. Highly suggested you ride it. Next, we're going to travel all the way to the world of Pandora in Disney World's Animal Kingdom to ride the Flight of Passage with Avatar. So this is a 3D flying simulator attraction that is, of course, within Pandora in Disney World's Animal Kingdom. And this ride is just so uniquely built. You're basically transformed into a Na'vi, and you get a ride on the back of a Banshee. The pre-ride is so amazing, and all the stuff that you go through in the development of the story of Into the World of Avatar. You basically go in, get decontaminated, and then you get to get on the ride, which it goes on the storyline of the Na'vi, which you go through the whole ride and the visual effects. You're basically on the back of an Ikran, which is known as a Banshee, and you partake in a Na'vi tribal coming-of-age tradition. And this ride, when you ride and you're riding through the Valley of Mora, it's just like the way that how they thought up of this ride and the way that they made all the moves in the ride and the way that you're like the way it makes you feel like you're on the back of a banshee is just a unique experience and one that you have to try for yourself. And most of the kiddos can ride this ride, which I think they have to be like 48 inches, which is not is which they should be able to ride it after 48 inches, which is not very tall, but your kids would literally, if they love Pandora, they will really love this ride. I enjoy it. My wife enjoys it. Mavis enjoys it. You got to ride on the back of a banshee at least once when you go into Animal Kingdom. This is a highly recommended ride. And it's also one of the ones that has the longest lines in Animal Kingdom. So be prepared for your lightning lanes and to try and scoop one up as quickly as possible. Next up on our must rides is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It is also in Hollywood Studios. It was opened March 4th of 2020, and it replaced the Great Movie Ride. Now, I love the Great Movie Ride. It was such a great ride. It brought back all the nostalgia of all the different movies, but, Mickey and Minnie's replaced it, and Mickey and Minnie's is a good ride in its own right. You're transferred into Mickey Mouse's world when you're trying to have a perfect picnic with Mickey, but everything goes crazy, and you try to ride the train with Goofy, and it goes off the rails, and you just become a part of the cartoon. And it is such an amazing way to go through and the adventure of trying to get back on track with Goofy and enjoy the adventures of being with Mickey Mouse and going through a carnivore section, going through a tropical island, a volcano eruption, and a waterfall, enjoying some of the sea life, and going through a dance studio with Daisy Duck. And, you end the ride when you meet back up with Goofy again. Such an amazing ride. Just the way you get transferred into Mickey's world. So amazing. It's one of the must rides on our list whenever we go to Hollywood Studios. So this one's also another must ride for us as well. Also on our list is another must ride. It is located in Disney's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios. It is none other than Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. This ride opened up on December 5th of 2019. There's also another ride like this, similar to this, in Disneyland, which opened up on January 17th of 2020. It is a motion simulated trackless dark ride. It's so amazing. You are captured by the First Order, and you are trying to get out by being part of the Resistance. And you go through everything in there. The ride begins with Finn explaining how to get to the escape pods. You go in you have two transports exits, the loading station where they pass each other and you are trying to get out. You have an appearance by the stormtroopers and by Kylo Ren and General Hux himself. You meet them on the Sky Bridge. Then, of course, when you go through the ride, you have to try and escape Kylo Ren's clutches, and you do, and you see a lot of things that are Star Wars, and the ride is just so amazing on how they make everything so authentic, and just the way that this ride is built with captivating you and just wrapping you in such the environment of Star Wars. It makes you feel like you're on Batuu or you're in Star Wars, you're in space. It's so amazing. You got to ride this ride. This one is also one of our must rides whenever we go to Disney's Hollywood Studios, and every time we go to Star Wars, we always have to ride this ride. Staying in Hollywood Studios and staying actually in Galaxy's Edge, our next must ride when you go to Disney World is Star Wars Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. It's a motion simulator attraction based on the Star Wars film series created by George Lucas. This attraction opened up on August 29th of 2019. It's a park guests are seated in a 6-passenger motion simulator themed after the Millennium Falcon, and guests go on an interactive smuggling mission with each guest on the ride being assigned a different cast role. You can be the pilot, you could be the engineer, you could also be a gunner, and it has two gunners. So, and each person has their own role on the simulator, and you press the buttons, you go through the ride experience. You begin your ride experience by going into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and the two pilots are going to sit in the front row, followed by the gunners, and then followed by the engineers. And it's kind of like similar to Epcot's Mission Space, but Smuggler Run is an interactive ride, like I said, where you have your each role in completing the mission. This ride lasts about 4 to 5 minutes. Your littles will enjoy this ride too, because if you get them to be the pilot, they will enjoy piloting the Millennium Falcon. And it's just an awesome ride. One that is made up of several different things, and guests work quicker to get more done, and you can capture the cargo. And it's just an amazing ride if you love to be within the Star Wars universe. Next up, we're going to travel to Magic Kingdom to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is a mine train roller coaster which is located in the Magic Kingdom. This ride opened up on September 2nd of 1980 in Frontierland in the Magic Kingdom. It also has similarities in Disneyland, which was the first one that opened up in 1979. It's also in Tokyo Disneyland, which opened up in 1987, and in Disneyland Park Paris, which opened up in 1992. Now, this ride has a top speed of 35 miles an hour. It's on a steel mine train. Of course, in your ride experience, you go through the train, you're enclosed in the loading station on a hillside. Leaving the station, the train makes a left hard turn into a bat-infested tunnel, and you make a straight right turn, and you climb up the first hill. On the top of the first hill, you pass under the waterfall, and then you drop left. This ride is so amazing, especially with the ups and downs and all the way around with it. This is also a must-ride one for your littles as well. Of course, they might be a little afraid if they're a little afraid of roller coasters, but this one, it's a little hard on your body, but I still love this ride, even though it is kind of like a mine train ride. Still amazing. Definitely a must-ride for us whenever we go into the Magic Kingdom. We're still in the Magic Kingdom. Another one of our favorite rides is the Haunted Mansion, which is in Liberty Square. This attraction opened up on October 1st, 1971. This ride is just such an amazing ride. It was one of the opening day attractions for the Magic Kingdom in Disney World. Of course, you have all the ghouls and goblins that are in this ride. You got the ghost host, which is, the ghost that introduces you to the ride. And of course, you got Madame Leota. You've got everything that will try to scare you on this ride, but it's not really scary, but it is scary at the same time. When you're passing through the graveyard gates, and this attraction is just such an amazing old school attraction that you just really love this ride, and it's one of the ones that you have to ride when you get there just to get your Disney feel. And this ride is one of the rides that you just have to ride it. Next up, we are still in the Magic Kingdom. We are in Adventureland for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. This ride is also another one that was over the original attraction. This ride opened up on December 15th of 1973. This ride is another one that you are in the story of a band of pirates that are going through the Caribbean. It has also Captain Jack Sparrow in it. It had the modification of when Pirates of the Caribbean came out. They introduced Captain Jack Sparrow to the original ride. And you go to Dead Man's Cove. You see all the smoking remains. You see the bottomless bottle of rum with the crew. And you just really enjoy the cannonballs and all the ships, and you see everything that just envelops you into the ride and shows you the land of pirates. And you go on the run with Captain Jack Sparrow. This ride is another one of our must rides whenever we go into the Magic Kingdom, especially in Adventureland. You're gonna really enjoy it. Of course, when you see Captain Jack Sparrow, you go nuts. I know Captain Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, in the Disneyland attraction. Yeah, he appeared to be Jack Sparrow and surprise guests on the ride, which is really amazing. I wish you could do it in Disney World, but that is yet to be seen. But this is also another one of our must rides when we're in Magic Kingdom. Another one of our must rides is also still in the Magic Kingdom. It is the People Mover, located in Tomorrowland. Now, for the People Mover, I know it's not a must ride for everybody, but for us, we love to ride. Think of it as a must ride, especially when you're trying to get out of the elements of Florida. Whenever it rains, this is also a must ride for us as well. We're jumping over to Epcot to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This is a brand new ride that just opened up in 2022, March 27, 2022, in Epcot, in the World of Discovery. This ride is so an amazing ride. If you love the Guardians of the Galaxy, you get Peter Quill, Jax, Gamora, Rocket, and Groot in this ride. You are simulated trying to save the world, to jump back in time. You have 4 different songs, which our favorite is for Everybody Wants Through the Road by Tears for Fears. When we get that song, so amazing. Of course, it is a roller coaster top ride where you are going through the galaxy to save the world with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's just an amazing ride that is a must ride every single time we go. Honestly, I think this ride might be a little bit better than Tron, but that's just my opinion. But I still love Tron equally as well. Another one of our favorite rides in Epcot is Test Track, presented by Chevrolet. This ride opened up on March 17th, 1999. You create your own automobile to race against others to see how well you did. Now, this ride, during the queue, like I said, you create your own vehicle, and then on the ride, you test out the vehicle and how it stops, how it starts, the speed, its curves, how it takes the curves, and it also takes the cold, the wet, the rain. You get it all, and you also go really, really fast on the outside. And it's just such an amazing ride. One of the original attractions of Epcot. I love it. Gotta ride it every time that I go there. But that is also another one that I think your littles will like as well. The next 3D trackless 3D dark ride on our list here is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in Disney World's Epcot, in the World Showcase in the France Pavilion. This ride opened up on October 1st, 2021. Now, for this ride, you have to make sure you get your Genie Plus, lightning lanes for this, because this is a hard ride to come by and a hard ride to get something for. The same as Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Now, the attraction in the exterior is that of Gaston's restaurant. Now, when you're inside, you're going through with Remy. You're shrunken down to the size of a mouse. You're going on an adventure with Remy to not get caught by the humans. You're going through. You're knocking over stuff on tables. You're trying to run away from Chef Skinner, and because he doesn't want any rats in his restaurant, which I don't think anybody would. But you're going through the ride. You're trying to escape Chef Skinner, and you're going through all these different adventures with Remy through the restaurant to escape. And at the end, of course, you meet up with everybody, and you're having your own little party at the end as the guests bid farewell by Remy and the spirit of Gaston. And while the rat colony is feasting on Remy's cooking, you just really enjoy this ride. It's just so amazing. One of the ones that we must ride every time we go to Epcot. Last but not least on this ride is the new ride, Tron Light Cycle Run, which just opened up in Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom Park. As you speed across the world with no horizons in a high-stakes race based on Disney's sci-fi film Tron. This ride is so amazing. I mean, when we rode it for the first time, wow. That's all I have to say about this ride is just wow. You will be so amazed. Make sure you get your lightning lane for this on Genie Plus, because you're definitely going to want to ride this ride. But that's going to do it for our list of attractions from Disney World. We'll see y'all guys in the next one.